4:45 p.m. on March 7, 2019, the lights in Caracas went out. Within minutes, the blackout spread to Maracaibo, then Valencia, then Barquisimeto. Hospitals lost power, airports shut down. By nightfall, 23 of Venezuela's 24 states were in complete darkness. The government blamed foreign cyberattacks. Others blamed aging infrastructure. But technicians at the Simón Bolívar hydroelectric plant, also known as Guri, told a different story. Off the record, they said someone had been inside Control Room 3, a room that hadn't been used in over 2 decades. According to the official layout, Control Room 3 was sealed in 1998 after a structural fire. The door was welded shut, equipment disconnected, power rerouted to newer systems. But on March 7th, at exactly 3:07 p.m., a motion detector inside that sealed room was triggered. The alert wasn't broadcast. It was logged, silently, by a maintenance system still running on a legacy local drive. The system wasn't online, but it had a printer, and it printed one page. It listed 47 power substations. Next to each one, a handwritten word in pencil: offline. 6 hours later, all 47 stations had shut down, in the same order as the list. The only witness, or at least the only one who spoke, was a night shift supervisor named Armando Quiñones. He told a friend, who later posted the story anonymously, that just before the lights went out, he saw someone walk down the hallway toward Control Room 3. A man in a blue uniform, wearing a lanyard. But the badge wasn't one he recognized. The friend asked what it said. Quiñones didn't answer. He just said, "It wasn't from here. It wasn't even in Spanish." After the blackout, technicians were sent to inspect damage. They weren't told anything about Control Room 3, but one of them, an intern named Leandro, noticed something strange in the digital access logs. Someone had scanned a badge outside the sealed room. The system flagged it as unauthorized, but listed the name anyway: Seversec Engineering. The badge number didn't match any registered contractor. There was no Seversec on file with the Ministry of Electric Energy, but a former military engineer recognized the name. He said it was a private defense contractor from Canada, one that supposedly dissolved in 2013 after an internal breach. When reporters tried to verify the company, all that remained was a shell website with no content, just a white screen and a string of hexadecimal numbers along the top. A few curious users ran the numbers through a decoder. They translated to a set of coordinates that pointed to the exact location of Control Room 3. For weeks after the blackout, the Venezuelan government issued conflicting statements. They said it was electromagnetic sabotage. They blamed imperialist enemies. They blamed the sun. But the Guri plant's own internal report, leaked 3 months later, painted a different picture. It noted that 2 analog backup systems inside Control Room 3 had been reactivated manually. One of them hadn't powered on since 1994. The other had no documented purpose. It simply rerouted flow from north to south, from public to private grid. Around the same time, in Mexico City, a cybersecurity analyst at a private data firm reported a surge in untraceable energy signals originating from South America. When she tried to localize the source, she hit a firewall, but the firewall spoke back. Her screen flashed a message for 8 seconds: "Not yours to map." She quit her job 2 days later. There is one photo, only one, captured by a malfunctioning surveillance camera on the east corridor of the Guri plant, 6 minutes before the blackout. It shows a man in a blue uniform, face turned slightly away. He holds a folder. His ID badge is clear but unreadable. The pixels distort even in high-resolution scans. Some say it's compression error. Others say it's a scrubbed layer. But the metadata of the photo tells a different story. Date taken, March 7th, 2019. Time, 1507-01. Location, Guri, Corridor 3, Camera, unknown. Model, SEV-SC_73-01. Caracas stayed dark for 7 days. But some buildings, government offices, telecom hubs, high-level ministries kept their lights on the whole time. Running on a grid no one had access to. A grid no one admitted existed. One technician called it the second switch. Another called it a network that's not for us. And one ex-contractor who claimed to have worked at Seversec before its collapse said this: they were building failovers in Latin America, not for when the system breaks, for when they choose to shut it off. When asked who they were, he said nothing. He just turned off the recorder, and when the interviewer left the room, he found a slip of paper in his coat pocket. On it, a list of 47 substations, each marked with the same word: offline.